All right, this time we'll start off. We have the head coach from the Little Rock Trojans, Joe Foley. Coach Foley, if you could start off with a brief opening statement, please.
Well, it was a great ball game, and the second half I thought we really did a great job of taking shots. I thought the AD took some real pressure shots and made them for us and kind of got us going. And then I thought our defense really stepped up. I thought we did a much better job inside on post defense. KP did a good job. Kiana did a good job inside. But overall, I thought both ends of the floor we shot the ball extremely well, took great shots, made some good shots when we needed them. And then, like I say, our defense really rose to the occasion and shut them down, so it's allowed us to get a W.
At this time, we'd like to open it up to questions for the student athletes only. We have number 10, Alexius Don, and number 20, Shanity James. Please wait for a microphone and identify yourself by name and media outlet.
Troy Schulte, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Alexis, can you just describe your guys' offense in the second half? You know, we've talked so much about you guys as a team just winning with defense. I mean, do you feel like, you know, just kind of the shots that you guys took and were able to make, is that what got you through it in the second half today?
Yeah, I think we just came out in the second half more aggressive and a little bit more not so tight like we were in the first half.
Additional questions? Go ahead, Troy.
Shanity, what do you talk about just kind of playing through the foul trouble? I think you had 3 in the first half, and then you had to sit down when you got the 4th. I mean, did that change your game at all, or just kind of what do you have to do, you know, just to kind of make sure you're still out there and being effective and whatnot with fouls?
Well, I think I owe the credit to my team. They killed me up today. I kind of got down on myself, but my team killed me up today. So just having their support, them keep telling me just to play smart, I think they help. It does make it harder to play because I'm an aggressive player. So I had to kind of sit back on my heels, but I think I handled it well by playing aggressive without getting another one in the second half.
Alexis, I think that stretch where Shanity had to go to the bench with her 4th foul, I think you made a shot right when she went to the bench, and just kind of take us through that stretch where she was on the bench. What did you guys think you guys had to do just to kind of make up for what she all does for you guys?
I think we just all realized that we all got to step up when she's off the floor. Different roles switch really quick, so it's just a matter we all adjust and executed.
And for both of you, just thoughts on being back in the tournament final? I mean, 2 months ago, did you guys think you'd be kind of sitting here still playing?
We always thought we would still be playing, but we're just grateful to be here. We worked really hard this year to get here, and it's just a big turnaround from where we were in the beginning of the year to now.
Alexius, any thoughts on being in the final?
No. Dang it.
She's happy too.
Yeah.
Additional questions for the student athletes? Okay, thank you very much. You guys can head back to the locker room. This time we'll take questions for Coach Foley.
Coach, early there was, I think you guys had more turnovers than shot attempts in the first quarter, I think. So what were they doing effectively early to slow you guys down and keep the game?
Well, I think we slowed ourselves down a few times, especially the first 4 possessions. Shan had a one-on-one, if I remember right, situation. She just lost control of the ball. AD did the same thing. We were just a little tight. We wasn't letting the game come to us. We were trying to force a few things. You know, I would really encourage them in the dressing room. I said, let's go out and attack. But maybe we were a little bit too tight and a little bit too much trying to focus on it. I'm just going to take it and go instead of let the offense flow a little bit. So I think, just a little bit of immaturity there, trying to force too quick.
Like I asked them, I mean, just we've talked a lot about your defense this year, but what can you say about how you guys played offensively in the second half? Just seemed like you guys were more deliberate with your shots. You know, you didn't get a whole lot of attempts up, but the ones that you took seemed to be pretty good ones.
Well, that's what I thought was the difference is we took very high percentage shots. AD was wanting the ball. She was feeling it. She even looked at me once when she was dribbling. She said, Coach, I can take it. So I immediately cleared out the side, and she hit the shot. So not very seldom does players say that, but I'm glad to see her as a senior want to do that. And it was a big moment for us because I thought it'd give our kids a lot of confidence. It was a tough shot on the baseline, but that's what you got to have to be a winner. You got to have that kind of attitude. So they did what it took.
Thank you. Hayden Balgivy, KTHV in Little Rock. Coach, you haven't lost a ball game in a month and a half. After that late January loss to Texas State, could you ever imagine yourself one game away from going back to the NCAA tournament here in March?
Well, you're always dreaming of that, and I'm always telling our kids we're trying to win championships. We're not trying to win games. We're trying to win championships. So, we lost enough there early that you don't have to remind me that we haven't lost one. Believe me, we lost enough early. I know what it feels like to lose. So, it's been remarkable what this team's done. They've had to do it with their defense, without scoring very well, and now they're starting to understand what they got to do as an offensive team. So, we're playing right at the right time. We're peaking at the right time. We understand what we can do offensively. It's not one of those running guns where, in the past where we had Galt and things where we could just create stuff. It's more deliberate, and the kids are understanding that. They're taking good shots. They're getting high percentage shots, and it's producing wins for us.
Back to the right side.
With the foul trouble, Shan had 3 to start the second half. I mean, just kind of what are your concerns, just kind of with what she means to you, and when she got that 4th one, I mean, I think there were 6 minutes left. What are you kind of thinking in terms of how long she needs to sit and when you can bring her back and whatnot?
Well, Shan's the brains of the whole system. Shan's the coach on the floor. So when Shan comes off, I'm not worried about the scoring. I'm worried about everybody understanding what to do. Shan keeps everybody in the right spot, offensively and defensively. So when that comes out of the game, we lose a lot, and it scares me. So, as you can see, I got her back in pretty early. I rolled the dice, but Shan's a pretty smart kid, so I don't think she's going to make that 5th foul. But you don't ever know. It's kids. It's college basketball, so anything can happen. But sometimes I think as a coach you got to roll the dice with what you know can win a game for you. So, I understand Shan a lot, and like I say, if anybody's coming out, I'd rather lose than just about anybody on the floor, Shan.
Got a question all the way to the back.
Jay Berg, KRK, Fox 16. Coach, seeing the result in the earlier game, are you maybe a little disappointed you don't get to go against the old foes in Arkansas State?
Oh, it's such a great game at our place. It was fun, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. So, but Troy is, to be able to beat Arkansas State like Troy did, that shows you how good they are. So I'm not disappointed, that we're not playing in the finals. I'm tickled to death we're in the finals. I really don't care who it was against. But it being the home state, I know where you're coming from, and that would have been fun. But I'm tickled to death to be playing Troy, but I'm scared to death to be playing Troy too.
What do you think of the clash in styles? They put up 91 points, I think it was today, and you guys split with them, and it's always an interesting game with you guys because you play so differently. I mean,
if they score 91 points, you can hand the trophy to them. I can tell you that. It's over.
Any further questions for Coach? Okay, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you guys a lot.
We have head coach Garry Brodhead, as well as number 10, Kia Wilridge, and number 24, Keke Veal. Coach Brodhead, could you please make a brief opening statement?
We knew going into the game it was going to be tough because both teams are very defensive oriented, and it's just kind of, if you look at the first half, it was just kind of back and forth, and they were just able to withstand some of the things that we did, and I just felt a little short, proud of my kids and what they do for our program, and it was just a great year, but when you fall short like that, I guess you kind of feel it right now, but the opportunity was there. I thought we played really well, especially the first half, and just kind of fell a little short. So, congratulations to Joe and them and Little Rock. As always, they're a class act.
We'll open it to questions for the student athletes only. Once again, wait for the microphone. Go to that left side.
Kevin Foote, Lafayette Advertiser. Kia, just tell us about what they do defensively. Y'all play great for about 2.5 quarters, and then the points just didn't come. What was it that they did that made it so difficult for y'all to score down the stretch?
I want to say they're a lot like us, except the only difference is they scoot when they play defense. I really don't know. I think it wasn't anything they did. I think the shots just didn't fall in our favor because it was the exact same defense from the first quarter. We started off real strong, and then we just stopped scoring.
Here in the front row.
Keke, did you think that you maybe had something going there? The back-to-back buckets, I think, cut it to 6 with a few minutes left in the half, and then what happened on that charge where you fouled out?
She caught me by surprise on the charge because when I had the other girl beat, I thought I had the wide open lane, and she just stepped over. I didn't think she was paying attention, but I knew we had to go. Our time was getting low, and that's why I took the ball in, but I didn't think she was going to be there for the charge.
Additional questions? We have one straight back, the TV camera.
Kia, what was Little Rock doing offensively? It seemed like they were just kind of slow playing, and then they were able to get good shots. What were they doing that you saw offensively that allowed them to get such high percentage shots?
They just kept pounding it on the inside. They have a stronger inside presence. They have two posts, whereas we have one. We only have Simone, and they just kept out rebounding us and getting second chance points. We didn't block out, and they ended up getting in the paint points.
Okay, thank you very much. And student athletes can head back to the locker room now. We'll now take questions for Coach. Luke, here in the front.
Coach, you guys held them down offensively for about 25 minutes, and they went on a stretch where they hit, I think, 11 out of 15. What were they able to do to kind of open things up there at the end?
Well, I think their hybrid play, they don't really have post play. Their hybrid play is coming out in the short corners, and they coming into high post, and they were able to get it in and take advantage of our, they took advantage of their athleticism. They're very athletic at that position, and it doesn't show on a second chance points, but they were able to get some offensive rebounds that kind of took us out of it. But it's just kind of like offensive, defensively. I think we got out of rhythm a little bit. Keke was out almost all of the third quarter because of foul trouble. I know Kevin asked that question, but I think when we had to pull Keke because of foul trouble, we got out of rhythm a lot. I think it wasn't. If you look at what they did, and I think a lot, both teams, it's about what we did. It's about what we were supposed to do and try to do. And I for the most part, when we don't have a Keke or Kia in the game, we're not as we're not going to be as good offensively, and it's just part of it's part of the game. And Joe and them did a great job of defending, and it was a battle all game to score. To be honest with you, and I think Dawn hit some big shots. I think she hit some big shots along the way. I mean, we were in her face, and she's hitting jump shots. I mean, she's 5'3", jumping over us and stuff like that. So, and then it's a wrestling match sometime inside too. I try to understand it and just kind of. I ain't got no say-so in that, so it made it kind of tough because Simone was getting beat up, and I don't know. It makes it tough.
Going to the right with Troy.
A couple times today, your guys' press really kind of affected them, and you got a couple baskets to really kind of cut into it or get something going. Is that something you guys could have done a little bit more, you think, or is that just not something you guys do?
The reason why we did it because Dawn went out. That was our whole game. I mean, she's so dang fast. I mean, you're going to be pressing to win, I mean, so when she went out, man, we said, hey, let's start press. I mean, that was our game plan. As soon as 10 goes out, we're going to get up on them. We're going to try to get him. And, I mean, he brought her back in. I mean, he didn't take, and then brought him back in, and we tried a little bit, and we said no. And, at the end of the game, we had no choice. And you can kind of see what she did, I mean, she's a good player. But that was our game plan, was to try to press them when she went out, and maybe we could have tried, but I don't think we would have been very effective with her in the game.
Additional questions? One more back in the front.
What are you guys hoping for from here? I'm assuming you guys want to keep your season going, but are you kind of waiting to see a couple options for Sunday?
Well, we've been invited to the WBI again. I know we won the tournament last year, and a couple of weeks ago we got a call from WBI that we were invited to it. So, I mean, that's what we're definitely looking forward to, is to see if we can continue our postseason play, especially for the seniors here, and try to move forward and try to build a program. We want to be like the Little Rocks. And so to be able to do that, you got to get in postseason and you got to get some experience. This is kind of a new experience for us to be in a semifinal game. We've been here 4 years, and that's the second time 2 years in a row that we just can't get over the little hump. And I mean, it's a process. So, yeah, we'll try to see if, I'd love to get in WNIT. I think we're good enough, but, I know definitely we've been invited to WBI. So that's something that we can look forward to and see if we can kind of make a little run and have a little bit of fun for our community and for our people in our hometown and for the conference. You want teams in postseason play, and I love our Sun Belt Conference as far as for women's basketball. I think it's going to continue to improve if we have, if we can get people in postseason play.
And one more in the very back, TV.
Coach, I know from the get, you talked about championship or bust. I know you fell short. What did you tell the girls in the locker room post game, given your relationship with them, given the kind of the expectations you put on yourself for the season?
Yeah, that was pretty easy. I mean, it was a great post. I mean, getting in the locker room and seeing these seniors and to me, it's always been about opportunity. To have this opportunity to go, and that's what I talked about. Here's our opportunity, and I mean, what Little Rock does, they do. We can't really worry about it, and we really tried to focus on ourselves. And for the most part, I thought we did. It was fun to see how they were responding, and I think they were ready. I know on Wednesday we didn't play as well, and we told them, it's not about the past, it's about the future, and trying to build today. And I mean, I for the most part, I thought we played well, and it's just a fun group to be around. They play hard. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody in America that will play as hard as these kids, and they're overachievers, and that's what life's all about. And so we talked about, and to be honest, we talked about life too. We're always talking about how we can be better people, not just play. Our program is different. It's just, I think it's different because it's more than about winning basketball games. It's more about seeing if these kids can grow. I grow kids. That's what I do. I guess I have a chance to coach them, and it's fun, but we grow kids. And I saw some growth today, and there's it's inevitable that there's going to be some change and all that, but it's optional for growth. Everywhere in America, it's optional, and our option is to grow. We want to grow. So I saw I saw some kids step up, and all those things are important to me.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.